Good morning, guys. Sorry, I'm still in my night clothes because we had a really good time last night. So, yesterday we celebrated my mother's 60th birthday. Her actual birthday was on the 15th of October, but yesterday was the day that everybody was able to come together and celebrate. But believe it or not, we wasn't supposed to be celebrating her birthday on yesterday. Because according to the doctors, my mother wasn't supposed to still be here. About 3 years ago, the doctors gave my mother a prognosis that she wouldn't live past 2 years. But look, she's still here, smiling, grinning. Yeah, she may still have her oxygen, but she got up last night. She was able to dance. She was able to hug us. Most importantly, we was able to feel her love. She was able to share stories with us. And to be honest, that meant so much to me. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't have your parents. And I truly, truly sympathize with you guys because I've been blessed to still have my mother. You know, although my mother is not who my mother was, 10 years ago, physically, she's still my mother and she's still here. And I'm able to still love her, pick up the phone and call her, kiss her. Listen, I told, last night we got a chance to just stand up and tell everybody about how the way we felt about her. And when I was coming up, my mother, I'm sure all of us have experienced this. We may not agree with everything it is our parents say or everything it is our parents do or every decision that they made as kids. But as you get older, you learn to appreciate that. You learn to understand that they did the best that they could with the best that they knew how, And so because I went through a rocky road for about 3 years of my life, where I just wanted to be rebellious. But today I can stand here and say that for the vast majority of my life, I have adored, honored, respected, and most importantly, love my mama unconditionally, okay? It's nothing my mother can do or say that can make me stop loving her. Okay, guys, I don't like to cry. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about prognosis. Those doctors told her just 3 years ago she wasn't going to be here. They sent hospice in there. They had already called us to the round table and pretty much told us to get prepared. And my mama looked and my mama said, I'm going to be here. She kicked hospice out. She told them she didn't need their services because she wasn't laying down. She was going to get up and she was going to fight and she was going to push through. And me and my siblings had to do the same thing. We had to, we seen how much energy and how much fight she had in her. We said, guys, we got to fight with her too. Y'all, we prayed and we continue to pray. The thing about prognosis is that it's a prediction. It's a prediction of what someone else think is going to happen to you at some time in your life. You get sick and they say, well, this illness is supposed to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You get a certain disease and it says you don't supposed to be able to walk anymore. You know what I'm saying? You get in an accident and it says you're not going to come out of that coma. You have a baby and they say you ain't going to be nothing. You go to jail and they say you can't come out of prison and still be somebody. You make a mistake and everybody want to give a prognosis on your life, on what you not going to do, on what's going to happen to you. And sometimes, guys, we get so wrapped up in what man says and their prognosis that we tend to give up. We stop pushing. We stop moving. We quit dreaming. Y'all, we got to stop doing that. The only prognosis we should be worried about and that we should be obeyed about is what God has said he's going to do for us. None of us know the day, the hour, the minute, the second, or any of those things, or when we gonna leave here. None of us do. So why don't we live every day in hoping that tomorrow will be granted to us? Why don't we live every day as our best day? Why don't we dream every day? Why don't we keep pushing forward? Even when we don't want to push forward, keep pushing forward. Keep believing. Guys, I don't want y'all to get wrapped up in the prognosis that that boyfriend gave you. I don't want you to get wrapped up in the prognosis that that neighbor gave you. I don't want you to get wrapped up in that prognosis that that manager gave you. I don't want you to get wrapped up in that prognosis that the doctor gave you. I want y'all to believe. I want y'all to believe. I want you to keep praying. I want you to take it, whatever it is that you're dealing with, to take it to him. And believe me, he will lead and guide you accordingly. Believe it in your head. Believe it in your heart. I don't want you to sit there and be down. I don't want you to be negative, guys. I want you to understand that nobody has the final say so on where you gonna go, what you gonna be, and when you gonna leave. Nobody but God. Quit getting wrapped up in these prognoses. I don't care what they said what happened to the other person. I don't care what they said didn't happen to the other person. All of us are individuals. All of us are winners in some form of fashion. All of us are great. And because of that, we cannot stop moving forward and pushing when everybody else saying that we don't supposed to be moving forward and pushing. When everybody's trying to judge us by our past. Everybody trying to judge us by our looks. Everybody trying to judge us by our voice. Everybody trying to judge us about where we live in. Of course, everybody trying to judge us because of where we work at. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they think. The only person you need to be worried about and only opinion you need to be worried about is God. And if you know you're doing everything right by him, then don't worry about nobody else. They do not know your prognosis. They don't. They don't know where you're going to go. They don't know how you're going to get there. They don't know it. They're only making predicaments. I'm sorry. They don't know. Trust and believe that God is the only one that knows. And I know that is the only reason my mother is still here. Not because of the doctors, not because of the nurses, but God. Listen, guys, if you out there battling with something, even if it ain't an illness, you battling, you know what I'm saying? If you battling with something, you know what I'm saying, personally, you know, you don't know how to get up. You don't know how to walk through. You don't know how to stand in that crowd. I'm telling you right now, get up, walk. Go stand in that crowd. Stick your chest out and keep moving forward and keep pushing. Because they do not have the final say so. Only God does. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you guys. And I want y'all to remember this, that God is the only one with the final say so. And he hears the sinners. He hears all of our cries. So don't you be sitting in your house saying, I ain't going to pray because I ain't all the way right. Pray. Pray. Keep pushing forward. Don't let what these people telling you how you ain't and what he ain't going to do. Know that he will. Know that he will continue to push through. Until next time, guys.